Y'all ain't gonna believe what's happening right now in the rap game. Lil Durk, sitting in that federal cell, been doing some serious soul searching and apparently wants to squash the beef with NBA YoungBoy. We talking about a man who went from plotting hits to finding his deen in Islam, and now he's preaching forgiveness from behind bars. I got exclusive information about what's really happening behind the scenes, and let me tell you, this situation is way more complex than what y'all seeing on the surface. This ain't just about two rappers beefing no more. This is about religion, redemption, and whether real forgiveness is possible when bodies been dropped and families been destroyed. Let me break this whole situation down for you, because what's happening right now could change the entire landscape of hip-hop forever. Foundation building, Durk's spiritual awakening. To understand how we got here, we need to go back to what really happened when Lil Durk got locked up on those federal charges. This man went from being on top of the rap game to sitting in a cell facing life in prison, and that type of reality check will make anybody reevaluate their whole existence. According to sources close to the situation, Durk been spending his time in jail studying Islam and reflecting on all the violence and destruction that his beef with YoungBoy has caused. We talking about a man who allegedly put hits out on people, who been dissing dead teenagers, who turned Chicago and Louisiana into war zones, and now he's reading the Quran and talking about forgiveness. But here's what people don't understand. This ain't just some jailhouse conversion for show. Durk been genuinely wrestling with the consequences of his actions and how his beef with YB spiraled completely out of control. When you facing federal RICO charges and looking at spending the rest of your life in prison,
Grammy Award-winning Chicago rapper Lil Durk is facing new charges in a murder-for-hire plot.
it forces you to confront the reality of what your choices have led to. Islam teaches forgiveness and redemption, and according to my sources, Durk been taking those teachings seriously. He's been talking to other Muslim inmates, studying the religion, and coming to terms with how far he strayed from any moral path during this beef. The escalation, Quando's forgiveness. Now here's where this story gets really interesting, because it ain't just Durk who been finding religion. Quando Rondo, who lost his cousin Lul Pab in what many believe was retaliation for the King Von situation, has also embraced Islam and been talking about forgiveness. According to sources close to Quando, he's been saying that as a Muslim, he has to forgive Lil Durk for allegedly orchestrating the hit that killed his cousin. This is huge, fam, because Quando got every reason in the world to hate Durk and want revenge. His blood relative is dead, allegedly because of Durk's actions, but his faith is telling him to forgive. Quando been studying Islamic teachings about forgiveness and how holding on to hatred only destroys your own soul. He's been talking about how the cycle of violence has to stop somewhere, and that maybe it needs to start with him choosing forgiveness over revenge. This creates a completely different dynamic in the whole situation. If the person who arguably has the most reason to hate Durk is willing to forgive him, what does that mean for the beef between Durk and YoungBoy? Can religious conviction overcome street politics and years of violence? The turning point. DJ Bands speaks out. But that's just the beginning of this story. DJ Bands, who's been Lil Durk's producer and close friend for years, recently went live and dropped some bombshell information about how people are switching up on Durk now that he's locked up. Bands talked about how cats who were right there with Durk, dissing YoungBoy and talking that tough shit, are now acting like they don't know him. He had a deadly serious beef for years with real violence. and forgiveness. YoungBoy is out here performing his Durk diss tracks at every single show. I'm talking about songs where he's dissing Durk directly, talking about his legal troubles, and basically keeping the beef alive through his performances. Every city YoungBoy goes to, he's performing these diss.
Yo guys, thank you and you're welcome again and make sure you show support for more video reaction guys. Please show support, subscribe now and turn on notification bell for more video reaction. Please show support for more video reaction. Please. Okay, let's see together what is going on for NBA Youngboy and Lil Durk.
Diss tracks like he's trying to make sure the beef don't die down. This sends a clear message. YoungBoy ain't interested in no peace talks or forgiveness. While Durk is finding religion and talking about ending the cycle of violence, YoungBoy is keeping that same energy and making sure his fans know exactly how he feels about the situation. The contrast couldn't be more stark. On one side, you got Durk in a federal cell, reading the Quran and talking about forgiveness. On the other side, you got YoungBoy on stage every night, performing diss tracks and keeping the beef alive in front of thousands of fans. The bigger picture, religion versus street code. This situation represents a much bigger conflict than just two rappers beefing. This is about religion versus street code, forgiveness versus revenge, and whether people can really change when they face serious consequences. Durk's conversion to Islam and his talk about forgiveness represents one path, the path of redemption, spiritual growth, and breaking the cycle of violence. This is the path that says maybe all this death and destruction ain't worth it, and maybe there's a better way to handle conflicts. But YoungBoy's continued performance of diss tracks represents the other path. The path of never backing down, never showing weakness, and maintaining your reputation no matter what. This is the street code that says you
Yo guys, let's see together what as a fancy are saying on comments. Darky fans say final bro, if they make a peace, the whole rap game gonna change 100%. Yeah, for sure, bro, and make sure you show support.
around these artists are more concerned with their own interests than with preventing violence. If the people around Durk had been real from the beginning, maybe they would have told him to chill out instead of encouraging him to keep escalating. But when you're surrounded by yes men and people who benefit from chaos, it's hard to make rational decisions. Now that Durk is locked up and facing the consequences of his actions, these same people are nowhere to be found. That's the reality of street politics. Loyalty is often just a word, and when shit gets real, people show their true colors. The cultural impact, Islam and hip-hop. The fact that both Durk and Quando are turning to Islam during this situation is significant for hip-hop culture. Islam has always had a presence in rap music, from early pioneers like Afrika Bambaataa to modern artists like J Electronica. But what's happening with Durk and Quando represents something different. It's about using religious faith to break cycles of violence and find redemption. This ain't just about converting for image purposes or
Real Trap say ain't no way NBA Youngboy real ending that beef, due to Stumble. Yeah, for sure.
because it's trendy. This is about genuine spiritual transformation in the face of real consequences. If Durk and Quando can genuinely embrace Islamic teachings about forgiveness and use their platforms to promote peace instead of violence, it could have a major impact on hip-hop culture. Young people look up to these artists, and seeing them choose forgiveness over revenge could influence a whole generation. But it only works if it's genuine and if other people in the culture support it. If YoungBoy and others continue to promote the street code over spiritual growth, then the message gets mixed and the impact gets diluted. The legal reality, consequences of actions.
Another say, I respect Dark for wanting peace, man, been through a lot. Yeah, for sure. That is good thing for NBA YoungBoy and the Real Dark. Let's see another comments.
Money and fame in the world.
Yo, another people say NBA YoungBoy don't need to make peace with nobody. He stand on business. Oh, that is your opinion. Let's see another comments.
Of peace is part of controlling the narrative. And that he's gonna keep this beef going regardless of what Durk says or does. The media loves conflict and drama because it generates clicks and views. So there's always gonna be pressure to keep the beef alive rather than promote.
Chitown say if this really happens, the street gonna come down for real 100%. Yeah, for sure. To be honest, streets come down for real 100%. Let's see another comments.
Peace and reconciliation. The future implications. What comes next? The big question is what happens next in this situation. If Durk is genuinely committed to his spiritual transformation and continues to promote forgiveness, does that put pressure on YoungBoy to respond differently? Or does YoungBoy's continued performance of diss tracks make it impossible for any real peace to happen? Can you have reconciliation when one side is promoting forgiveness and the other side is keeping the beef alive?
Another say, I love you. See, I love you. Seeing growth for from these rappers. Final some maturities. Yeah, for sure.
The answer might depend on what happens with Dirk's legal case. If he beats the charges or gets a light sentence, he might come home with a different perspective and genuinely try to make peace. But if he gets convicted and faces serious
Yeah, another Travision say NBA YoungBoy reaction come is crazy. Usually he will the space out. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
time, the beef might continue through proxies and associates. There's also the question of whether the fans and the culture will support peace over conflict.
That is crazy. Some fans say, imagine Duck and NBA YoungBoy on one song, the whole YouTube will explode. Oh shit, man, that is your opinion.
Hip-hop fans often prefer drama and beef over reconciliation, so there might be pressure to keep the conflict going, regardless of what the artists want. Here's the bottom line about this whole situation. We're witnessing a real-time battle between two different philosophies of how to handle conflict and consequences. On one side, you got Durk embracing Islam and talking about forgiveness. The other side, you got YoungBoy maintaining the street code and keeping the beef alive. The fact that Quando, who has every reason to hate Durk, is also talking about forgiveness shows that religious conviction can overcome even the deepest hatred. But it only
Yo, another people say NBA YoungBoy wasn't even mad. He just sounded disappointed. That is your opinion.
works if both sides are willing to embrace that path. YoungBoy's continued performance of diss tracks suggests that he ain't ready to let go of the beef, regardless of what Durk says about forgiveness. This creates a situation where one side is trying to make peace while the other side is keeping the war going. The tragedy is that more people are probably gonna die.
Laps Ryan say, man, this beef been going on too long time to move on for real. Oh, that is your opinion. Let's see.
While this allies when they choose growth over grudges. The question is whether Dirk's spiritual awakening is genuine and whether YoungBoy can eventually see the value in choosing peace over perpetual conflict. The culture is watching, and the decision these artists make could influence a whole
Baton say, I know NBA Youngboy hurts heavy, but they try to stay out the drama. Oh shit, man.
generation of young people. What y'all think about this situation? Do you believe Dirk's conversion is genuine, or is it just a strategy? Can YoungBoy eventually be convinced to choose peace over beef? Let me know in the comments, and make sure you subscribe because this story is far from over. The choice between forgiveness and revenge, between spiritual growth and street code, is playing out in real time. And whatever these artists choose, it's going to have consequences that go way beyond just their personal beef.
Yo guys, let's see together what the fans are saying on comments. Please make sure you drop your comment.
On
Let's see comment what the fans are saying on comment. Please guys, make sure you drop your comments.
is about religion versus street code, forgiveness versus revenge, and whether people can really change when they face serious consequences. Dirk's conversion to Islam and his talk about forgiveness represents one path, the path of redemption, spiritual.
Let's see another comment what the fans are saying on comment guys. And please make sure you drop a comment, make sure you show support, subscribe now. Another fake here. What Doug said, the NBA young boy is still better. Oh, that is your opinion. That is your opinion. Kenda says the fans really wanted to them to end it. It is bigger than music. Oh shit, that is good. Slim say Duck reaching out took courage. I gotta respect that. Yeah. Fanboy says this is what the rap game needed unit. Yeah, for sure. Yo, guys, make sure you drop a comment now, guys. Show support, please, please. Show support, guys. Another says street politics side the boss father time to set examples. Yeah, for sure. Another say I will comment section peaceful today. Love to see it. Yeah, for sure, bro. Yo, make sure you drop a comment, guys. Make sure you drop a comment now, guys. Please, please. Another say Ducky try fix it, but NBA YoungBoy fans too toxic. Oh, that is your opinion. It's all love. Still, somebody say NBA YoungBoy is still better. That is your opinion. Yo, guys, make sure you drop a comment, guys. Please show support, guys. Please. Another say, bro, this moment you feel bigger than music. Peace wins. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yo, guys, make sure you drop a comment now, guys, please. Another say, Ducky begin the bigger man. I respect his art, no cape. Yeah, for sure. Yo, guys, make sure you drop a comment now, guys. Please show support, guys. Another say, you can feel the tension so even when you rouse. Oh, shit, man. DJ Trap Mix say, if this is real, is this gonna help the rap community for real? Trap Talk Day says, this is the first time NB reacted without anger proud moment. Yeah, for sure. Yo, guys, make sure you drop a comment now, guys. Please show support, guys. Real YB say YB showing maturity and the focus around this energy. Yo, guys, make sure you show support now, guys. Please show support. Subscribe now. For more video reaction. Please show support. Daily music say everyone growing up hip hop involving I'm here for it. Real rap say this is how you handle things like a man, respected to both sides. Yeah, for sure. Yo, guys, make sure you drop your comment and make sure you show support. Subscribe now for more video reaction. Please, please. Fan of both say, imagine NBA YoungBoy and Lil Durk dropping a track called a Peace Talk. Oh shit. Yo, guys, make sure you drop a comment now, guys. Please show support, guys. Please, please. Okay, my name is Geoff Jail, and welcome again and again for the next video reaction. And make sure you show support now. Show support for more video reaction. My name is Geoff Jail. Thank you and welcome again and again.